Imagine building the biggest, most powerful battleship in human history, only to discover it couldn't hit its targets, couldn't fuel itself, and, in the end, couldn't even protect its own crew. This is the tragic story of Japan's Yamato, a warship so massive, so terrifying, yet ultimately one of the most useless machines of World War II. The Yamato carried the largest naval guns ever built, 18.1-inch barrels capable of firing 3,200-pound shells over 26 miles. Each shell was taller than a man and heavier than a small car. On paper, Yamato looked unstoppable. But in reality, these guns would sink just one destroyer in the entire war. Yamato cost 137 million yen in 1940. That's enough money to build 1,000 fighter aircraft. Japan actually built 2 of these giants, meaning they gave up the chance to build 2,000 desperately needed planes. And in 4 years of war, Yamato's mighty main guns fired at enemy surface ships just once. Over 360 shells launched, not a single hit. Here's the twist nobody talks about. Yamato's guns were too powerful. The blast from a full broadside shook the ship so violently that radios cut out, aircraft on deck were destroyed, and crew members suffered permanent hearing damage, even through steel walls. Every time Yamato fired, it literally hurt itself. On paper, those guns could reach 42,000 yards, but the earth itself betrayed Yamato. Beyond 30,000 yards, the horizon swallowed up its targets. Japanese optics worked up to 27,000 yards in perfect weather, but in real combat with smoke, rain, and fast-moving ships, Yamato's effective range dropped to just 18,000 yards. At that distance, each shell had only a 0.2% chance of hitting anything. Do the math. One hit required 500 shells and 45 minutes of non-stop firing. But Yamato had another fatal weakness: fuel. At cruising speed, it burned 300 tons of oil per day. At full speed, double that. By 1944, Japan simply couldn't keep it supplied. The ship designed to dominate the Pacific spent most of its life sitting in port, hiding from submarines and waiting for fuel that never came. By the time Yamato finally sailed into real combat, the age of the battleship was already over. Air power ruled the seas. In its final mission, 400 American aircraft swarmed Yamato. The great ship took 11 torpedo hits and 6 bomb strikes before capsizing. Its massive anti-aircraft guns barely made a dent, shooting down maybe 3 planes. Over 3,000 men went down with her. In total, Yamato spent 1,200 days in service and saw just 10 days of combat. That's less than 1% of its lifetime. For Japan, Yamato wasn't a warship. It was a floating hotel, a symbol of power that never translated into real results. 2 Yamato-class battleships cost Japan as much as 6 aircraft carriers. And in the end, it was aircraft from 11 American carriers that sent Yamato to the bottom. The most powerful battleship ever built proved one thing: power without purpose is nothing but expensive noise before you sink. So what do you think? Was Yamato the biggest waste of military resources in history, or just a victim of changing technology? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more hidden history of war machines.